up, y'all? We are not back. Bike. Yes. The Yeah We Talk Like This podcast. Right up there, y'all. Yes, we're back. Trust me, guys, this is about to be a crazy episode. But before we get into all that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like.
Wait a minute. This ain't Marvin Hunter.
It ain't.
It is. He had the surgery.
No.
He done came back.
I ain't nobody's man. And Marvin
had
ain't
the surgery.
nobody's
He
woman.
came back.
Oh, what happened?
He identifies as.
I identify as a woman.
Wait, but before we get into all that, hold up. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all share, tag, and y'all make sure y'all follow the Yeah We Talk Like This podcast IG page. Now we can get into it.
So this is actually our guest, the beautiful, the doctor, Kiana Dancy.
No.
You have to say smart and all the things. Let me shut up. Go ahead.
Dr. The Kiana Dancy.
The Dr. Kiana Dancy.
The doctor.
Y'all ignorant.
And for those of y'all that don't know what you should know, she's also a hellified comedian.
Thank you.
So Kiana, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We've been trying to get her here for a while, but you know.
First of all, because y'all always call me at the last minute, and don't put no respect on my name. I'm all the things,
Kiana,
but hey, honey,
you know, when we ever need a guest, you are always the third person that we call.
What you doing?
She moved up to 3?
Yeah. What you doing now? Y'all get on my nerves.
No bullshit, but
Right after Robin Ann is you. Every time.
Really?
Every time.
We're glad to have you here because we know how opinionated and headstrong and a bulldog you can be on. So we needed you on. We needed you on this.
Is that the
on our
case?
podcast.
That's the topic. Yeah.
All right, well, come on.
Hey man, we're talking about black
Did you tell the
relationships.
people my name?
Yes. Kiana Dancy, comedian.
You got to put the doctor, the doctor.
Dr. Kiana
You gotta have the whole
Because these
thing.
niggas can't talk.
All right, so let me do it the right
doctor.
way, and I want to look into the main camera. The doctor, Kiana Dancy, comedian extraordinaire, and she's an owner of multiple businesses. She'll get into that later, but we are happy to have her. And no, this is not Marvin Hunter. This is a real female. Marvin is away doing his thing, and yes, we have our girl, comedian
I don't even know.
Kiana Dancy.
Thank you.
You are light skinned like Marvin, though.
I mean, but I came with titties into this world.
Yeah.
They just had to pop out.
You was at a baby? You had titties as a baby?
I came with
hormones was your
all the reasons and all the eggs that I'm gonna have. Anyway, get to the topic. What's up? Hey,
Came out the
y'all.
womb. Y'all see it. Y'all
I
see it.
can't stand y'all.
So we're here talking about black relationships, right?
Yes.
And our first topic is where did this perceived beef come from between black men and black women? Because it's all over social media. It's like black men are going after black women are going after black men. Like black men ain't shit, and then black men coming back, black women ain't shit. And so I mean, what's up with that? Where'd that come from, y'all? Where'd that come from?
I'm listening. I want to see where you guys are coming
Well,
from.
I think. Now, I don't know what your stance is on the Mr. Kevin Samuels. I can only imagine. But I think Kevin Samuels woke up a lot of black men and showed them that they can also be the prize in a relationship. And I think that's a lot of what the beef comes from.
You know, I don't have a problem with the man thinking he's the prize. I have
Thinking?
I have an issue with him acting as if he's the prize. Now we have to figure out where are you speaking from a biblical perspective or are you speaking from a worldly perspective? Now, if you're speaking from a biblical perspective, you're not the prize. Hold on. Ooh. Now, if you're speaking from a worldly perspective, depending on how successful you are, how attractive you are, because your rate, it's a formula. Mm-hmm. Your formula goes up or down. Your rate goes up or down based on who you are and where what you. And so Samuel, Kevin, he had a point on some things, but no, you still like the prize.
Laugh, I told you not to invite her ass. Now she's gonna get all up together on our own shit.
No, I'm just saying, depending on the perspective and where you stand.
I like that, Kiana. I like that.
So let me say this. One, I don't think there's necessarily a beef.
Oh shit!
Is the beard talking or is this?
It's me talking. So I think. What I think has happened is, since we are in a social media age, what I think is we have allowed young people to set the standard for what a good man or a good woman is. And youngsters who haven't lived enough life to truly know what a good mate is.
That was deep.
You 21 and 22 talking about what a good man is. Hell, you barely a man your fucking self.
Right.
You barely a woman your fucking self.
Yeah.
How you know what a good man or good woman is? But we have allowed these people through podcasts and all this other stuff. We got people 21, 22 on here telling what a man should do. And you 22.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
You're right. But
You
I
don't
agree.
get to tell me, and I done lived 50 years, you don't get to tell me
What a man should be like.
what a man should be like. I'm a man, I've raised men, so I think I'm a little bit more qualified to tell you or say what a man can and can't do or shouldn't do. And I'm not saying that I'm the end all or be all, but I think that my knowledge base is probably a little bit broader than yours. So I think that's the first piece.
I like that.
And then I
definitely
think the
agree with
second thing, reason why there's a perceived beef, again, I don't think there's a beef, is I think we're in a generation where people don't interact with each other live no more.
Right.
We text, we interact on social media, and all right. So the art of actually getting to know and talk to people is being lost.
Right.
And so now, when you meet somebody online and you talk and you have these superficial conversations, now you get in person with them, and now
You
you
know
got
how
to
to talk.
learn. And you don't know how to talk. You don't know how to deal with somebody because now that body language is saying, "I ain't really feeling what you saying." And now you got to react to body language. You ain't had to do that no more.
There's a
So
guy, I
those
forget
two.
his name. I've seen him online. He mentors kids. I think he's like a teacher in high school, and he's actually teaching kids like how to go out on dates because they don't even know how to talk to each other.
Right.
It's like, you gotta talk to a girl, bro.
Yep.
Okay, so let me say this. Let me ask Kiana this, and I've heard it a lot. You spoke on guys telling people how to be men and this and this and this and that. So why is it females have this thing where they're entitled to tell a man how he should be?
Okay.
What's up with that?
So I love that question, but can I
in
address?
order for you to be a real man does this and a real man does that, and you're not even a man.
I think it's. Let me explain something, and I want to go back to something that Lab said, and then I'll come back to you, and then I'll come back to you because absolutely everything that you guys said is right.
She finna go off.
No, I'm not gonna go off. I am going to say that Laugh was very right. Laugh is very right in that there's too many young people who are speaking from a perspective of inexperience.
Right.
You cannot tell people what they should expect or what should be happening when you have not experienced it or lived it yet. I will tell you, that's not the only group of people who are saying what a real man is or what a person should or should not do. There are grown 50-year-old men who are saying, speaking from that same ignorant, immature perspective. And unfortunately, there's a lot of men who believe that, I'm a good man, but are you? And what is to a woman, a good man looks like a different thing. I've been exposed to good men. My father was in my life. I say this all the time, and I said it last night. My father was the shit, but he wasn't shit. And what I mean by that is my father never paid child support, but he made sure that I had everything that I needed. So it depends on your experience and what you're exposed to. Some women may not have ever seen a good man, and she's hearing down to the internet what apparently a good man is 100%, or apparently a good man is 50-50. But and these young adults are hearing and seeing things that they have not necessarily been exposed to. Now, you said something about, the lack of, as you said, interaction. That's an art. There's no, I promise you, I was like, so guys don't shoot their shot anymore? They don't. They don't walk up to you and say, excuse me, miss, can I take you out? No, it's all DMs. It's
Or
all.
they want you to do it.
They want. Thank you.
let me give you
One
an
last thing I want to
example.
say, they get mad when the woman is aggressive in all parts of her life, but you sit back and be mad when, come up to me. No, sir, I'm still going to be a lady. I'm going to remain in my feminine energy, which means I'm not finna run up and like, can we go on a date? I'm not doing that.
Let me give you an example. Hold on, let me give you an example.
I was just talking to Lab like, damn, when is Kiana gonna ask me out? This some bullshit.
You stupid.
Let me give you an example.
Word.
Me and a friend, I don't know if I told y'all this, but we went to Morehouse and Clark football game a couple weeks ago, right? So we in the concession line. So there's group of young men in front of us. There's groups of young men in back of us. Now, I've been that age before, and me and my boy just watching them. These young girls, the beautiful young girls walking by, when I tell you, they wasn't paying these girls no attention whatsoever.
Crazy.
They wasn't trying to holler. They was in their little group. They didn't give a damn.
Yep.
It's different.
And that is different.
Doing TikTok dances.
The energy is different. And that's because people are so afraid of being turned down or insulted or denied. That is a real fear for many people. And then what do you say to a woman that you don't know? I'm like, remember we used to write a letter? We used to write a note. And then that's proof. Will you go out with me now? If she say no,
yes
she
or
can
no.
give it to her boys.
Maybe.
Girls, maybe.
I got a maybe.
How about you don't get anything at all?
Mine always been balled up and thrown back. And man, I open it up, that bitch like, no.
You know,
Like,
I think that social media is definitely a blessing, but it's also a curse in that it removes the opportunity to get to know people on the, like, you can look at somebody's social media and assume that you know everything about them. You know, oh, she has a dog, she has kids.
Let me check your social media.
And that's not true.
Because it ain't real life.
When I tell you, so many
way.
times men do not, before they ask me for even my phone number, they would ask me for my social media.
Yeah.
Because
social media is the new phone number now. Instead of saying, let me get your phone number, let me get your social media.
Your IG.
So your IG or something like, what's your IG? So I think that's the new phone number. And I'm not necessarily mad at that piece of it because it's we got to change with the times. So I get that piece of it. But the problem, I think, comes from you ask, instead of having this conversation with me, then when you ask for my IG, what you have just done, you automatically took our real world interaction into a fantasy world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
So you see what I'm saying?
perception.
Yeah.
The
So
perception.
you took it out of the real world, you took it in the fantasy world, because now you want to interact with me in a place that ain't real.
Well, that's not necessarily true because everybody don't lie on social media. Like I am.
Most people do.
Most people do. But what I agree. But also, what I would say is social media is the new resume. What do you do on your resume? You sell yourself to the best and the highest price. You want everybody to see all the glitz and the glamour. You're not writing your worst days on your social media
Everybody
or even
wanna
on
write
your
good
So it's
on your
not a
resume.
real world.
It's not a real world.
The reality is people are flawed. Humans, we're flawed.
Yeah.
So when you say that social media is my resume, but it's all stacked with my good stuff, it's still a
No
fantasy
bad
world. It's
days.
not the reality. The reality is me talking to you. If we have a conversation, so now the conversation as it progresses, you might tell me that, when I was in school, my self-esteem was messed up, or when I was younger, my father was on dope. So that's the conversation that doesn't come up on your IG. That your daddy was a crackhead and I grew up in a household.
It depends on who you are.
This is how
I say social media is your highlight reel. Like, for example, it's not always going to be, you're not going to show your worst, but you're definitely going to show your best. But then there are times, like for me, I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm saved, but I'm savage. I fuss, but I cuss. And it's all there. But again, do I really want to sell my worst days on social media when I'm trying to be booked?
Right.
No, you don't. But at the same, but we're talking about from a dating standpoint. From a dating standpoint,
I want a man to look at my resume and be like, dang, she fine, she's smart, she's witty.
Yeah, but any grown person know your best ain't always your best. Just like your worst ain't always your worst. So the fact that all you've put on there is your highlight reel, as a coach. Okay, that's a highlight reel. Let me see a whole game.
Some men
let me see a whole game. But
Okay, so you putting your best on there, but you're not putting your worst on there. So in other words, you ain't gonna put on there that you fought in your sleep.
Why is he here?
And then another thing, let me say this. And another thing that's certain to how I kill all that as far as looking at my Instagram, I get these women my MySpace. Look at that.
But you know what? I would tell you.
Let me ask you a question. Have you checked a guy's background? Have you done a background check on men?
Absolutely, I have, and I don't know if they would know, but I would assume. And here's the thing: I like dating through referrals. I like to be introduced to someone and
I'm the opposite of that.
Yeah, like someone else knows this person.
Dating
sites.
sites.
Yeah, I have been on dating apps in the past, but it's not my favorite.
What she's saying is her cousin hooked her up with a guy that he knew or she knew, as opposed to just meet somebody in the club.
Because the hope is that they wouldn't see no bullshit. So that makes sense.
And it's already been vetted.
But men's references are different.
Okay.
Because we send references based on how quick we can hit. Hey man,
but it depends.
If it's a relative, I'm not gonna send on.
Hey, my auntie will get that ass up now.
I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, I think it depends on the dude. Like I got a friend who he just out here to play. Right. And that's okay.
So you set him up with
I set him up with a chick who I know was out here to play too.
Right,
So
right,
they enjoyed playing together. See what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Because I got a friend, I wouldn't hook him up with nobody.
I got a friend like that too. I would
Exactly.
never. Like,
Whoa,
nigga,
whoa,
you
whoa, whoa.
trash.
Whoa, I'm y'all's friend. Would y'all hook me up with somebody?
So listen, I got this friend.
But I do want to say this. I like the question that you asked, Steve, about the perceived beef between black women and black men. Like, I will tell you, I don't think it's perceived. I think there's truly there's an elephant in the room that we're not addressing. There are issues from both sides. Men feel like that black women don't respect them and don't honor them and don't support them. And black women feel like that we're not seen and we're not protected. And so for a certain, I saw a stat somewhere the other day, and I'm not really sure who it came from, or if it's even accurate, but I felt like, oh, this might be accurate. Once a man makes over $200,000, he tend to date women outside of his race. Now, I don't know. I think it's
and that's not
I
true.
just saw
Another
I literally
statistic
just saw a stat that said
85% of men,
85% of these
85%
men
of
date
black
black
men.
women.
Right, 85% of those men, 200,000 and below, date black women. But if you look
No,
at
200,000 and above
Okay,
are married to
know.
black
Black
women.
women.
Well,
85%
and we
of
might
men who
be
make
talking about the
20,000 or
same
more are married to black women and dating.
unless they're an athlete or an actor or someone in the industry.
It's something about the entertainment field that's different.
Yeah, but that's different though.
Yeah, that is different.
The average person, that's a small portion.
And the problem
like in
is
the NFL,
and
it's
the
only like
problem is-
400 jobs,
Yeah.
and the NBA is only like 1,600 jobs. So
And the problem is we see them all the time, so
Yeah.
it looks like
Yeah.
black men
Who
as soon
are
as they get
successful.
go get white
But
girls.
I will say this. I will say this
Because
I'm in totally agreement on. I'm in totally agreement. Black women are not protected by us like they should be.
I feel that.
They're
I
not.
feel that.
They're not.
I honestly feel
and
that.
I said it, and I meant it.
I think
I wish you would, lad.
What I think is, I think that is the perception because that's how you feel.
That ain't no perception.
And let me finish.
I've seen too many black women out here getting beat the fuck
and
up.
I literally just watched the video right before I came here because I'm working on the segment for my other podcast where a dude was killed here in Atlanta because he jumped in because a dude and a woman was fighting in a car and he stepped in to help the woman, got shot and killed, and then the man and woman drove off in the car together.
No, I get all that. I get all that. I get all that.
So let me finish. So I get what y'all are saying. I get it. But I think what happens is people we love to have conversations in a place where we're comfortable. And this conversation, it's comfortable to only see it from a place where you feel like you're not protected. See what I'm saying? But
that creates the bigger conversation.
and that's what that's what
clickbait.
yeah, see what I'm saying? But the thing about it is humans don't feel protected. So when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, everybody who's not in a place where they want to be don't feel protected. They feel like somehow the planet, somehow society is they are alienating them somehow. So what happens is you're a woman, so you feel it in your own personal experience. So this woman feels it in her own personal experience. Then you talk, you're like, ooh, we share an experience. So now you 3-4 other women, y'all, but you typically usually don't talk to the woman like, nah, I'm not really feeling that like that. That hasn't been my experience. Because if she says that, again, we love to have conversations in a place of comfort. You crush her. See, this your problem. You defended these not shit ass dudes. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we both do that. Men do it too.
Yeah. I think you have a very valid point.
Do you feel that black women are not protected enough?
I feel like women are protected.
Okay,
I don't
care about
think-
them.
That ain't what I asked you.
Yeah, so that
ain't what I asked you.
I would tell you
and that is part of the problem with humans.
I was
We
gonna say-
love to only care about
Hold on, let me say this.
subset.
Let me say
and
this.
until we care about everybody, because the planet has shrank, and until we start to care about everybody, that's part of the problem.
No, but I'm saying specifically.
I was going to say, I appreciate that, and that's a very valid point in that you're saying people, period, don't feel protected. Hence the reason why, I'm going to go there, Donald Trump was able to win, because white people, the people that voted for him thought that he was speaking to them, although he don't care nothing about you. So here's the thing. So they're like, I'm being overlooked, I'm not being heard, they're eliminating my race, they're eliminating my kind, there's this is that and all. So all these people are having these particular conversations with their group. Now I'm saying I'm concerned about us, because it's going to be us against them. At the end of the day, if there's a war, it's going to be us against them. What we need to do is fix the fractures within us, meaning man and woman, woman and woman, man and man, because there's a silent competition between you guys, and there's a competition between me and her Not necessarily, but I'm saying women and women. Like, I mean, it's us against them within our own. That's the crab in the bucket mentality. What we need to do is figure out, how do we, as a group of people, like they always say, we want to go. They were saying this. Ice Cube was saying we need to go with a black agenda. Well, we can't even figure out who's gonna be our leader.
Well, I mean,
So,
me and you had that.
yeah, we had
a
a
deep
little
debate about
conversation.
that.
Right, but we couldn't even figure. We don't even have a person that we don't have a person that we'll put up front to speak on our behalf because we can't come up with an agenda.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is,
Because all our leaders were killed in the 60s.
and we don't have any leaders
We
now.
don't have any now.
And so and we do, and one or two of them holding on in a wheelchair. So what I'm saying is,
I ain't gonna comment on that because that'll take us down a different
we'll
road.
go down
That'll take us down a
rabbit
different
hole.
road.
But what I
Yeah.
am saying, as a collective, as a race, as a group of people, we need to figure out, well, how do we heal and mend ourselves within ourselves? Because I can't say, like, when you say there's like when black women are too strong, well, we have to be strong. We've evolved from where we were to where we are, and I'm not saying it's not a reason to that. I'm not saying there wasn't an agenda to that. I am saying that when the evolution of a strong black woman came because of a weak man in her life. I'm not calling you weak. I'm saying some man in her life failed her. So when she looked around and was like, well, damn, I'm gonna have to do this by myself. Damn, my daddy wasn't there. My grandfather wasn't there. My baby daddy wasn't there. So now I gotta do it. Now that's not your fault.
She had to become a strong man out of necessity. A strong black woman out of necessity.
Out of necessity. So what happens is, what happens? Now she's propelling this strength on you, and then you feel emasculated because she feels she's not safe. She's not protected to stand down because she hasn't had anyone to say, baby, I got it. You understand? And that's the reason why we're like dragging this and pulling that and raising boys.
And even if she do get a guy that says I got it, her friends gonna be like, don't trust that nigga, girl.
Scared.
They all ain't shit.
He traumatized.
She's
but
traumatized,
that's not our fault, though.
It's not your fault.
It's neither one of us fault.
But then on
It's
the
not
flip
our
side of that, it's not our fault that you allow a woman to get inside of your heart and she broke your heart, and now you pushing way in love. You're like, I don't trust these hoes.
Let me tell you
all
something I heard.
money.
Let me tell you something I heard on the internet was crazy. It's that by the time you meet your soulmate and the girl meets you, y'all so goddamn traumatized, you petrified of each other. You're so scared of each other. It's sad.
And I think
that is true.
And I love that. And that's a great statement. I think what we ultimately need to do as women, we need to make sure that we see you guys more than a provider. You are a provider, but we also need to see what else do you bring to the table besides just the check. And what we've seen from men is what else you bring to the table. From us, y'all like, well, what you bring to the table? Just man, hold on. Like, if you don't see me as a prize in that I am peace, I'm your joy, I can bake a cake, I can raise your kids, I can help you figure out all your hard problems, I'm your accountant, I'm a prayer warrior, I'm all these things for you. But you're saying, well, what I bring to the table, and I'm not saying it's just ass, but that's essentially that's what you see. And for us, we're like, well,
but that's what I'm saying online is like, it's a lot of podcasts
in this room.
They're saying women ain't bringing nothing to the table but good looks. And
cool.
And that's because that's the lens you're looking through.
And I think that's helping with the divide with us.
If you are looking through and looking at a woman through that lens, that is all that you will see.
But it's not even about us looking through that lens. That's the commercial that a lot of women are running.
But you don't have to subscribe to that commercial.
No. It's not about subscribing to it. Listen, the reality is,
what is the commercial again?
The commercial, they run ads. They run look at me. They run the look at me.
Who is that?
Commercial. A lot of women. There's no such thing as absolutes except for God. So it would never all. But a lot of women, that's the commercial that they run. And then you run that commercial that this is what I bring to the table. And so it makes people ask who want more, they ask, okay, I get it. You selling Coke. I get it. I saw the commercial for Coke. But what other products does Coke have on the shelf? I could have swore Coke sold Powerade too. I could have swore Coke had Sprite and fruit juices.
You know why that is?
So when we ask that question, it is not necessarily because we only see the Coke. It is because I know women. So I know it's got to be more to you than just Coke.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So what I want you to tell me, because I'm looking for more than just Coke, because I want to invest in this company, I need you to be selling more products than just Coke.
Yeah, I love
See what I'm saying? So that's what. So for some dudes, again, it isn't about just seeing the looks when we ask, what else are you bringing to the table?
So the
It's
reason that
like
commercial is sold that way is because men are visual.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a
But
doubt.
if you don't get to the part, okay, so if you saying you're selling Coke. So first of all, if they sold you Coke, same product in the bottle, but it wasn't the Coke bottle, would you buy it? Would you buy a Coke? They said the Coke is still, I love a good Coke. It's strong. It got all the carbonation. It's not flat. Would you buy that same product in a milk jug?
No.
No. So you need it. So
It depends on who, and that's where I say it depends on what that person is looking for. For example, if I own a store and I got customers, then I want the Coke that people recognize. Don't give me no Coke and no
Right,
milk.
in the milk
Don't
jug.
change my
You want
Coke
your
because I know what my customers
you
gonna
want
buy.
your Coke. You want your Coke.
He
right.
grabbed her.
He did.
grab
And you
her.
saw me
He
test
grabbed
up.
her. He
Like,
grabbed
okay,
her.
Nobody was gonna
Laugh.
what I'm saying is,
Steve, you didn't even protect the black woman.
What
You
I'm
just gonna let her
saying
get
is-
She into that wild stuff. When I did it, she leaned
Whatever.
forward, talk to me.
That's my
dog.
Talk to me.
That's my dog.
So let's bring this point home. So the Coke is in, you want your Coke in a Coke bottle because you are visual. Women are emotional. She wants to feel protected. So if you're saying to me, hey, I love you, but you don't act like you love me. Your words are not representative of your actions. I can't believe you and I can't
But we're
trust you.
talking from a
And-
day one perspective. There's no love involved when I see you, because the
so
conflicts we're talking about is why people can't get together on day one. Why you're not getting approached?
Consistency.
But hey, there's no such thing as
Yes, it
consistency when I
is.
meet you at the
And
mall.
hello. Yes, it is.
How can I be consistent? I just
Hi.
met you.
Yes, you can. Because first of all, you just met the Coke bottle. It was in a jug. You don't want it, so you walk on by.
Oh
So
no,
now-
I'm definitely not buying the 2 ounce Coke. I'm not the 2
2
liter
liter.
Coke.
2 liter
I'm
Coke.
good on 2 liter Coke.
In a milk jug.
In a milk jug.
Hey, bro, try this.
In a milk
Hey,
jug.
or a check drink. Or a check drink.
Again,
Mountain Miss.
men are visual. So what you're saying, that commercial that you're saying is to bring you in. Now it's up to you to peel back the layers. It's up to you to open the top, take a sip. Now, not literally, but
Hell
to
yeah.
experience the woman under what you see. Now, if you are just there for the good time, well, you're not going to give her that kind of time or space in your life to get to know her because you can care less. And that's the same for the woman. The woman is like, well, I want to know, is he consistent? Is he confident? Because that goes a long way. Can I trust him with my deepest inner thoughts and beliefs? And the same, you want that place, I always say.
Nah, I don't want that place.
So-
I don't want to be able to trust you with my inner thoughts. I believe
always
I
say-
believe like Shaq said, if you tell a woman your innermost thoughts, she
throw it
gonna
in your
use them
face.
against you.
I always
so
say
I
that
100% believe
a
that.
woman
I
should
do
be
too.
a man's peace and his joy, period. His peace to his war and his joy. His Eve to his Adam. We already know that you at war. When you go out that door, you're fighting an invisible warrior or an invisible
that
enemy.
sounds
It's-
good.
A lot of
it
women
sound
don't-
good.
That sounds good
I'm
in a
just saying-
Disney movie,
No.
but in relationships you have highs, you have lows. So she
That's
can be
what
the
I'm
peace
saying.
today, but next
tomorrow,
week
it's gonna
she might
right.
be
What did you do?
Armageddon.
What did you
Look,
do?
look at these two ladies and gentlemen.
What did you do?
All right, so
I
okay,
ain't
so
do nothing.
Who did
all right,
something?
I left these drawers on the floor. You could have picked them drawers
Right,
up,
but
but you in here
you
talking
were
to me
inconsiderate.
while I'm watching the game.
You're not just saying
Get them
are
drawers
you-
off the floor.
It's 3 C's: considerate, compassionate,
Get them
and
drawers off the
confident.
floor.
Which
all
one
right,
are you?
so let me ask y'all this, real quick, because we gotta close it out. To the fellas, what is a good woman to you? And you're gonna close it out. What is a good man to you? Sean, start with you. What is a good woman to you?
Good woman to me. Considerate. Make a good, just a sandwich. I'm so easy to please. So
A good sandwich.
A good sandwich. Hey, that means that goes a lot with me.
The way she laid them
way-
cold cuts.
A woman that pays attention to me. You
Nurturing.
I can see what he like.
Nurturing.
Okay, I got this for him.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but
Yeah.
he got this coming. That's the woman that pays attention to me, and definitely peace, because I've had some very unpeaceful situations. We've all had that
Yeah.
when you pull up to the house and you sat in the car for 20 minutes before you even walked in the house. Like, God damn, if I ain't got to deal with that, I mean, that go a long way for me.
Okay.
She got to look good. I can't have no humpback.
I was waiting. I was waiting. I was waiting. I was like, oh, that.
Master, I'm glad you're home.
All right, so man, what about you?
I think for me, I need our cores to be the same. Our surface stuff don't have to be the same, but our cores have
are
to
your
be the
cores?
same. core stuff, like whatever your core beliefs are.
Like how we raise
I
our
know
children.
Like how we raise our
Hold on,
children.
I know the word. I'm asking you, what are your core?
So for example, like
She trying to go one up on you last.
no, like raising kids, like Sean said. Do we see do we believe in raising kids the same way, or are you a gentle parent versus me? And I grew up in a dictatorship, so I believe in a balance between the two. I don't believe in gentle parenting at all. I believe if you need to get the hammer dropped or your ass whooped, you're supposed to get your ass whooped. And some people don't believe in spanking, so we're probably not going to be compatible. That's a core thing right there. I was in the military, and I'm a run towards danger if people are in danger type dude. I could be a policeman or something like that. So I don't necessarily need her to be that way, but I need her to understand that. So because you know that I'm a run towards danger dude, I need you to not put me in danger's way, because you know I'm going to do that. So that's examples of core. So I need our cores to be the same. I need for us, I don't like dumb women. I think women are smarter than men. And I think for you to be a dumb woman, I think you got to slide all the way past every woman and past dudes to be dumb. So I don't like dumb women. So cores be the same, be intelligent, and then just be able to talk to you. I'm super simple. I got to be able to talk. If I can't talk to you, I don't want to be with you. I enjoy someone who I can talk about everything and nothing. You know what I'm saying? We having a conversation. It go from talking about politics to talking about man, look at this video of these monkeys right here. You know what I'm saying? And we just enjoy that type of stuff. So if that, and then looks, I'm not as necessarily as hooked on looks as Sean is. Of course, I want somebody that I'm attracted to, but okay works for me too, especially if you bring all the other stuff to the table.
Exactly. So mine is simple. You got to love yourself, self-respect, and be a good communicator. Because I know if you love yourself, you're going to love me. And in being self-respect, that's just how I was raised when it comes with women. And I'm just really simple. You know what I'm saying? Looks, they do play a part.
But she gotta like ugly dudes.
Huh? You see, this nigga ain't shit, man.
My name's Steve Brown.
Oh, yeah. Master. I cannot stand y'all. Y'all get on my nerves.
Hey, man, I'm done with this goddamn podcast. Kiana.
I like old rich, old ignorant nigga. I like that. I want to be reckless. He can be ugly if that money good. He can be short if his wallet tall. He can be fat if he rich.
So Kiana, what's a good man to you?
So a good man to me, for starters, I love the idea of you saying core. So I'm a prayer warrior. Over the years, I've gotten closer to Christ. So that is important to me. Like I've left some really, really good guys, but we weren't equally yoked on that. Like I can't be praying to Christ and you praying to the rock. Like I cannot.
Right.
You know what I mean? I need to know that when we go to war, we got guns in the house, but I also need you to be able to fight the spiritual war. Let's pray. You know what I'm saying? So that is important to me. I need you to be a provider. I don't subscribe to the 50-50. I do not. I'm not saying I don't help at all, because I am not going to watch you fail.
Right.
But as a provider, you should, as my man, there's certain aspects of the household that you're supposed. It's funny. My mother raised us like we were foreign. Meaning that, most foreigners take care of the household, the man take care of the household, and the woman helps and whatever. But I've never been in a situation where I had to pay half of the bill. Like, what is that? What is that? What? Okay, anyway, my daddy told me when I was young, the half that you bring in a relationship is your bottom half. Anyway, I was old enough to understand it at the time.
Your daddy talk a lot of shit.
He made sure
Back in the day, that worked. But today, there's a lot of bottom halves walking around here.
Well, anyway. So,
bottom halves was hard to get back in the days.
Yeah, it was.
You can sneeze in the bottom half, sure. Achoo. You say you want some of this?
Shut up, fool. Anyway, we have to be equally yoked. I want him to be a provider. I definitely want him to be considerate. I want him to be supportive. I want him to not only honor my parents, but honor his own. I love a man that has a great relationship with his mother and his father, if he is in the picture. Everybody don't have a relationship with their father because either he's just not there, or even the mom. But I want him to be respectful to not only me, but also to himself. And I like an enterprising man, somebody who has always got to hustle. I hate to use the word hustle because it sounds like we almost could go to jail. But I mean, like, he got something going on. You know what I mean? And in that his something going on, I can also step up and support him, because there's nothing. And I stole this from her, but I will always use it. Carrie, First Lady of New Birth Church. There's nothing that you can put in my hand that I can't multiply. Like, I'm gonna show you how. If you can't figure it out, baby, I'm gonna show you. Give it to me, and I'm gonna make it whatever you gave me. If you gave me $1, we gonna walk away with $2.
That's the type of woman I want in my life.
Yeah.
So,
And
Kiana,
I make a good cake. I cook down this Thanksgiving. So you got an empty belly, I'll feel it.
Kiana, thank you for coming to sit on our fake leather couch.
I know. I was kind of
appreciate
concerned.
it.
It's not Corinthian.
I was
but
concerned that I
Hey.
might the little
So
we got 2
fake
more.
ink might be on my
we got
jeans.
12 more payments, and it's all.
Look, fake ink might be on my jeans. Go ahead,
Don't
what?
do that. Don't do that.
So y'all, this is a woman of many doors that are open, and she does a phenomenal job at what she does. And not only
What the hell
that,
did you just say?
I don't know what he said. I don't know what
She
he
got
said.
my
I think
doors.
something you used to work at the doorman or something like that.
No, this is retarded.
You work at a lot of places
I
with
do
doors.
have a lot of amazing things happening. And first of all, I want to say,
Tell us what you got going on,
yes, I want to
Kiana.
say thank you guys for
So I
allowing me
ain't
to be
gonna
on the
get mine.
podcast with you guys because y'all have been trying to get me to get on this couch for a long time. Y'all didn't tell me it was fake, but it's cute, and I'm grateful.
But we
because
keep it clean.
You keep it clean, and I'm excited that you guys are doing this, and you guys all have very different perspectives, and it works, and I appreciate it. So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and I was gonna say Twitter, but no longer. My website is Kiana Dancy, KianaDancie. I'm looking for mental health professionals where so if you're a therapist, a counselor, a psychiatrist, or anything of that nature, I am looking for you because I'm working on a project that marries therapy to laughter as a healing. So I have that, and then I have my women's empowerment movement called Baggage Claim.
so the open door thing didn't work.
No, it didn't.
didn't.
So make sure y'all reach out to me and follow me on all social media platforms and hit me up because I have a lot of amazing things happening.
I was going somewhere with
Because
it, though.
laughter is therapy.
Laughter
It is.
is absolutely
And
there.
you didn't tell them that you were a hellified comedian.
I am. I'm a stand-up. You were supposed to do my bio. I did. I just recently. Well, this year I opened up for Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. At the Atlanta. In here in Atlanta, I did a show with Bill Bellamy just recently. I mean, I'm doing some amazing things. God has been. I don't know why, but He's been faithful to me.
But
so I've been
but you're
consistent.
not just an opener. You're also a
I
headliner.
am also a.
See, that's why I was going with
people
that.
be looking down to you. Okay, well,
That's why I was going with that. That's why I was.
Yes.
That's why I was going with the open door thing.
Oh, I don't
So I
know,
was
but
going with the-
yes, I am a headliner. I travel all over the world doing. I did my TEDx talk this year, right in Botswana and Africa, and then I've been to Africa 5 times this year. Like, listen, I'm global. KIANA.
You have been watching the Yeah We Talk Like This
Like This
podcast. Y'all make
podcast.
sure y'all subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all comment, follow. Y'all make sure y'all follow the beautiful Kiana Dancy. And y'all make sure y'all go and check out our IG page and make sure you follow my man Laugh Love, my man Sean Largan. I'm Steve Brown for our guy Marvin Hunter. We out of here once again. Peace.